right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend. We've got some Tai Chi this morning. And if you would like to, I'm going to give you an option after we do some of our Tai Chi movements to pick up some very light weights and do some of the circular movements with some workload. So, not very heavy. When we get there, if you want, you can pick up weights. Otherwise, no worries. Just do it like we usually do with your arms. And then we're also going to work some circular actions with our weights in the shoulders, in the rotator cuffs, a little bit in our triceps and biceps, and then also a lot of glutes today. Our glutes are really responsible for doing functional movements like getting up and down out of a chair, helping with a strong posture and core as well. So a lot of glutes, a lot of abs and stretching toward the end. So let's come to our Tai Chi, and I'm just going to review the movements that we'll be doing that will eventually add weights to. So finding a nice tall posture, we'll bend the elbows about 90 degrees. Imagine you have a little ball in front of your body. And as we inhale, expand the ball outward. Notice how your shoulders are going, or your elbows are going up a bit, and then press back in. And we'll inhale, open. Exhale in. And when you inhale, I want your rib cage to do the same thing your arms or your hands are doing and expand your ribs outward. And then pull your rib cage back in. This is sometimes called the bucket handle breath as we open the outside of our rib cage. If you were to have your hands on your ribs as you would inhale, you'd feel them flaring outward. And as you exhale, you'll feel them collapse back in. We'll do 3 more of this breath. Shoulder blades are down, good posture, knees are soft. And last one, maybe even a deeper inhale, expand the ribs, and exhale. So that's known as our open and close. Now we'll step the weight of our body onto the right foot, tapping the left, coming into right ball. So right hand is on top. We'll step out to the left and roll the ball. Now the left hand is on top. And as you do this action, just imagine that you're holding hand weights. You can even make a little bit of a gentle fist, as if you had weights in your hands. So the arm that's on top, we've got some work in our shoulder. The arm is lifted. The arm that's underneath, we're working the bicep to hold that simulated bicep curl. This can be any size. So once you get to weights, if you want to keep your arms a little lower here for shoulder issues, that's fine as well. And of course, we're working balance as we shift the foot from side to side, going at a nice slow pace. If you'd like to challenge balance a little more, instead of tapping your toe, you can lift your knee up. Nice. Let's do 1 more each side. Roll the ball. And then we'll step that left foot out. Just start to shift your body weight from side to side. And we'll make this cloud hand. So we'll bring the left arm up, right arm under, and switch. So it's different than roll the ball. We can add a little bit of a twist. But the action of the muscles are pretty similar. The arm on top is working the shoulder. The arm underneath working the bicep. Now, because of my knee, I've got a pretty short stance. You can take this wider and bend your knees a little bit more side to side, if that feels okay for you. And then we'll come to the center, bringing the arms right down by your side. Soften your elbows, slightly lift your arms up, then flex your wrists and lower down. As you lift, inhale. As you lower, exhale, and you can softly bend your knees a little bit. So imagine you have your weights. We have a shoulder raise. We're also flexing slightly at the wrists. Two more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. And one more. All right, if you choose not to use weights, that's fine. We're going to go back through them again. Otherwise, pick up light weights, and I'm using 3s just kind of for reference. We'll start with the hips, feet about hips distance apart. Bring the weights towards each other, palms facing in. We have our open and close with our bucket handle breath. Breathe in, expand through the outsides of the rib cage. Breathe out, closing the hands in. Now, because our elbows stay pretty constantly bent around 90 degrees, we've got some bicep work. As the arms lift and lower, we're activating the shoulders. But there's not a lot of resistance on the shoulders because we have a short lever here with our elbows bent 90 degrees. And just one more. Expand. And pull the rib cage in. Shift your body weight to the right foot, tapping your left toe. Come into right ball. So the right hand is on top, the left hand is underneath. We'll step out to the left and roll the ball. Feeling the right bicep working and the left shoulder. Just start to move this side to side. And if this bothers your shoulder, keep it smaller. You can do a small ball right in here and keep that upper arm pretty low. If you want to work a little bit more balance, instead of tapping the toe, lift the knee and step. Good. Little semicircular action of the shoulder. One more each side. Then just step the feet out. We'll pause for a moment, relax the arms. Start to shift your body weight side to side. Toes are slightly turned out. You can bend the knees as much as you'd like. Make your stance as wide as you'd like. Then we'll start to come into waving hands like clouds. So one arm comes across while the other one is underneath. And then switch. Top arm gets shoulder work, bottom arm, a little bit of bicep. Semicircular action of the shoulder. And we're rotating the waist as well. And of course, if the weights get too intense, just set them down, continue the movement. And move your gaze. So start to turn your head to the right and left. Breathing 2 more each direction. I'm definitely feeling this muscle work, even with light weights. And then come back to center. If you'd like, you can bring your feet a little closer together. We'll inhale, float the hands up. There's a little flexion at the wrists. Exhale and sink down into the knees. And I want you actually to bend your wrists a little bit, flex, and then bend them the other way. We've got a shoulder raise with a little bit of wrist mobility. And if that bothers your wrists, then set those weights down, but I want you to move through the wrist, flexion and extension of the wrist joint. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Let's get 3 more repetitions. Two more. Last one. And then just rise up. Very nicely done. Set your light weights down. We're going to start to move into some glute work. If you might need a chair for some of the single leg work for a little bit of balance, but we're going to pick up 2 heavy weights. Starting with our deadlift, with our feet about hip distance apart, heavy weights by our side. We'll use a nice strong core to hinge forward, bringing the weights down toward the top of the knees and pulling up, squeeze the glutes. Now, glutes are the prime mover with this exercise, but we also get a little bit of hamstring, that posterior chain. And our back is a stabilizer. So we're not actually using our back muscles to do this action, but they're working because we're stabilizing our spine. And our back muscles are keeping us from doing this and rounding down. So keep those back muscles engaged, your spinal extensors. So my goal is to do some of these on one leg. If you need to use a chair for balance, you can hold a weight in one hand and use the other hand on the chair. Then when we get to the other side, you can reverse which hand is holding the weight and which one is supporting on the chair. So the movement on one leg looks exactly like this, but one leg floats behind us. So let's try standing on your right foot. Take your left foot behind you a little bit and keep it on the floor at first as you come forward with a straight back and back up. So I'm using my left leg as a little kickstand for balance. You might need to keep it there. Or your final challenge is to let that back foot come off the floor as you come forward and back up. So take the option that works best for you, but try to challenge yourself. Even if you do a couple of these on one leg, it's super challenging. Let's get 5 more reps. I feel those glutes and hamstrings on that supported side. Coming down any amount, but no lower than the top of the knees. 1 more. All right, let's switch sides. So your right foot's going to tap back. We'll keep it on the floor to start. Keep your back straight, hinge down, and pull up. Now your left knee should have a tiny bend in it. You don't want to lock it out. It's just a tiny bend. You can keep that foot on the floor, or we can try letting it rise up. Goal is maybe about 8 reps or so here on this side. This is my crooked knee, so I'm surprised it's doing this good, but it's also my good balancing leg. Maybe about 4 more. Three. 2. And 1. Back to both legs one final time. Down and pull it up. Now we'll add a row at the bottom, so come down, row the elbows back, and then stand back up. This is our dead row. Narrow row, the elbows come straight back. And 3 more. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. 2. And last 1. Rise all the way up. Do a bicep curl. Sit down into a squat. Use your glutes and quads to rise, and then release the bicep curl. Curl and sit. Rise up and release. So when we do the curl, it puts the resistance in front of our body, which makes our upper body want to drop forward. So I want to make sure you don't do this when you sit into your squat. So keep your chest up and then release the curl. Good. I'm going to take mine a little bit more shallow with my knee, but you can take it deeper. Good. Your pace. Let's get about 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Make sure your workload is okay to press up into an overhead press. We'll do our bicep curl, squat, press up any amount, squat, and release the curl. Sit, press, sit, and release the curl. You can leave out that overhead press and just do the bicep. You could leave out the squats as well and just do the arm work. A lot of movements happening here. Quads and glutes working, core is stabilizing, biceps, triceps, and shoulders. Three more reps. 2. 1 more. And relax. Okay, I'm going to go down a little bit in weight. We are going to do some rotator cuff movements here, and my 8s are feeling a little heavy for that. So I'm going to go down to 5s. So we'll start with the arms by our side. We'll bend the elbows about 90 degrees, then create a circular rotation out, and then let your arms come back down. So it's bend the elbows, open, and circle around. Nice and slow with these. Then I want to add a balance challenge and some glute work. So as we curl, we'll lift a knee up, open it out, set your foot back down, and then switch legs. So it's knee, circle, and down. Knee, circle, and down. Good. So when you're circling the leg, I want you to focus on the outer part of your glute to bring that hip out and open. We have 7 more. 6 more or 3 each leg. 5, 4. Keep your hips squared forward. 3, 2. Last one. Take a pause. Now with the arms only, I want to reverse what we just did. So you're going to come with it backwards. In, down. Out, in, down. Biceps and rotator cuff. And then you've got it. Can we add the leg? So your right knee is going to come out, forward, and switch legs. Left knee, out, forward, down. Nice job. Let's get 4 more on each side. Three more each. If you're struggling with balance, just do the arms. Or just do the legs and not worry about the arm work and challenge your balance. One more on each side. And relax. All right, split squat position. Right leg in front, left foot taps behind. Bring your weights right to your chest. Come down and up. Down and up. Focus on your glutes, mostly on your front leg. So you can stay with just the leg work or bring one arm down, alternate bicep curls. Down, up. Any amount into that squat. I'm keeping mine pretty shallow. You can take it lower. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax the arms for a moment. Switch your split stance. Left foot in front. You're tapping the ball of the right foot behind you. Bring the weights to your chest. Do your squat. Down, up, down, up. So my weight distribution is not exactly equal. I have a little bit more weight in my front leg. It's a way we can strengthen a little bit more into a squat. All right, your option is to curl, and I've switched to palms up. Down, up. 8, 7, My speed's too quick, you can slow it down. 3, 2, and 1. Relax those arms. Stand on your right foot. Point your left foot to the side. And we'll lift and tap the toe. Lift, tap the toe. Nice job. Bring your arms in front. Take the right arm forward, the left arm forward. If you need a chair for balance, just hold on to the chair with one hand and do the weight work with the other. Then you can switch sides when we go to the other leg. 8, 7. It's going to be so nice when I get my knee fixed and I look into the computer screen and my leg's not crooked. 3, 2, and 1. It's all vanity, right? All right, shake it out. It'll be nice to have a straight knee. Okay, stand on your left foot. Tap your right one out and just lift that leg up, tap, up, tap, using that medial glute. Bring the arms here, left arm punches, and right. Make sure your workload is appropriate for this. Getting some shoulder work. We have 10 more. Lots of nice glute work in your supporting leg as well, that left hip. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. We're going to do a circular action with the shoulders, so I need you to have a weight where you can come forward and open and come down. My 5s are a little heavy for this, so I'm going to go down to my 3s. So we'll stand on our left foot and point our right toe forward. So I'm just tapping the tip of my toe. The arms go forward, open, and around. So first, get used to the action of your arms in this circular position, circumduction. Then if you'd like, the leg can follow by lifting and down. We'll stay on the same side. Lift and around. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it's just standing straight up. I want your arms to go back, circle, and around. Back and around. So on the first circle, I was working the front of the shoulder. Now I'm working the back of the shoulder. You can take that right leg, back, circle around. Back, circle around. Good. Left leg's getting a lot of balance work. Three more. One more to go. Rest. All right, roll the shoulders a couple times. Stand on your right foot. Tap your left toe out in front. We'll bring the shoulders forward, out, and around. So you could just do these and pick your foot up off the floor and not worry about the leg action. Or if you want to add that in, the leg lifts, out, and around. Stay on this side. Lift, out, and around. Five more. Now, if your shoulders are starting to get tired, you can go back into that one with the rotator cuff. So you don't have to work your shoulders as much. One more. All right, take the arms to the back, circle and lower. To the back, out and down. Option to add your left leg behind you, back, out, and around. Super challenging on that balance. You have to really connect with your core. 5 more. And 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Back, out, and around, and relax. Place your light weights on either side of your mat. And bring your heavier ones there as well. We're going to do some movements on our back here that are similar with some circular actions. I'm going to bring my mat away from my screen a little bit. Okay, so light ones and heavy ones on either side of your mat. Come on down onto your back. We're going to rest our arms a little bit and fire the glutes. If you want a little extra weight, you can grab your weights and set them right on top of your hips. Bend your knees, set your feet flat on the mat. We'll come up to bridge, hold our hips up, feel the work of the glutes and the hamstrings. Small range of motion, halfway down and up, down and up. Really squeezing the backs of the legs. Imagine you're pulling your heels in toward your glutes. Let's do 8 more bridges. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold that bridge up. Keep breathing. Last 4, 3, 2, and come on down. So we're going to add a chest press. So I want you to grab your heavier weights. Be real careful as you get them there on your back. Take the weights straight up, parallel hands. We'll bring the elbows down toward the floor. Now you have about a 90-degree bend in your elbows, and then press back up to the ceiling. Down and press up. Now I want to add our bridging. So as we come down, hips are down, and as we press up, we come up into the bridge. You can lower the hips halfway, stay off the ground with the hips, down and up. Inhale and exhale. Now, right now, we're lifting the hips up when the weights are up and vice versa, but we're actually going to reverse this in just a little bit. Let's do 5 more reps. Focusing on your glutes. 3 more. Making sure your weight choice is okay with this chest press. 1 more. And then come all the way down to relax. You can just place the weights right on your abdomen to relax your arms. Come up onto your heels. So pick your toes up off the floor if you can. Come up into your bridge. Keep your arms low when your hips are up. We'll press the arms up and down. Now, if you're just on your heels, it's going to help you activate your hamstrings and your glutes a little bit more. Now we're going to reverse the action. So when your arms come up, your hips will lower from the bridge. So it's reverse. As the arms come down, your hips go up. We're moving the opposite direction from before. And you can choose which way you'd like to breathe. 6 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Then just lower your hips down. Set those heavy weights down to the mat. You need 1 lighter weight in your right hand. So we're going to practice a movement with our right arm, with our feet down on the ground. So I want you to hold that right arm right by your side. You're going to lift it up to 90 degrees. Open it out before it touches the floor. Squeeze it back in toward the side body. So the arm goes up, out, and around. So this is going to be very lightweight for this. If you don't have anything light enough, then don't use a weight, just use your arm. Now when the arm comes away from the body, there's a lot of core. So let's try lifting the left leg up into table, or both legs up into table. 1 arm circles only, that gives us the core work. We have 4 more. 3. You can make this circle a little smaller if you need to. 1 more. Bring that weight straight up from the shoulder. Bend your elbow, the weight comes next to your right ear, and straighten it up. So we bend and straighten. This is a 1 arm tricep extension. We can take the left leg and extend it out as the arm bends. Bring it back in. Now, if you need to, your right foot can be on the mat here. This is going to make it a little bit easier on your abs to have your right foot on the floor, or keep it up in tabletop. 4 more tricep extensions. Stabilize your core. 3, 2, last one. If you need a break for your abs, your feet can come down to the floor. The arm goes back down, it opens out to the side and circles back up. So this is the reverse of what we did before. We lower down, out, and circle around. Now notice I'm not bringing my arm all the way up here. Not that that's bad, but I'm just keeping it right in this little bit more gentle range of motion. I want you to do what feels good for you. We can stack the left knee into table or both knees into table. Six more. We have the shoulders and the pecs working. 4, 3, abs are stabilizing. 2, one more. Hold this arm right at the top. Now you can go back to triceps if you'd like, or keep the arm straight and take it over and pull it up. This is a lat pull down with a straight arm. Left leg can extend and bring it in. You can keep the right foot on the mat. And I'm not using my left hand on the floor. I'm kind of holding it across my abdomen. So I'm really using my abs and not my left arm to support me. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. All right, set your feet down, set the weight down next to you. I'm going to go back into bridging or single leg bridging. So you can have both feet on the mat or just your right foot on the mat. Your left leg is up. I'm going to lift the hips. Up, down, up, down. Your arms can be on the mat, but I like to keep them up so it gives a little bit more work into your lower body. 10, 9, 8. Powerful glute muscle, hamstrings. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. I want to stretch that glute we just worked. So cross your right ankle over your left thigh, bring your knees up. Take a little stretch. Couple deep breaths. And then we're going to do that whole sequence on the other side. You can stay where you're at, but I'm going to turn around so you can see my left arm on the screen. So I'm going to give a little flip around here. Okay, finishing up your stretch. Set both feet down. You've got a light weight in your left hand. We'll start with that arm right down by your side. Lift it up, open it out, and circle around. So just do a few with the arms to get the feeling of the exercise and your core connection. Then your right knee can come up to table. So we're opposites. Or both knees can come up for a lot of core work here. I'm not using my right hand on the mat. Adjust your circle with the arm for comfort, or set your weight down if you're feeling pain. Take this circle at your own pace. Let's get about 4 more, 3 or 4. Last 2. All right, bring that arm straight up. Practice your tricep extension. So your elbow bends, the weight comes next to your ear and straightens up. As your elbow bends, option to extend your right leg forward. So it's out and in. Left foot can come down to the mat for a little less intensity of your core action. 5 to go in the tricep. Your upper arm doesn't move, it's just your elbow. 4 more. And 3. 2. And hold it here. If you need to, the feet can come down. Now the arm goes down first, open, and come back around. So now we have a negative shoulder raise and a positive chest fly. When we circled the other way, we had a positive shoulder raise and a negative chest fly. So it's just working against gravity differently. Okay, our right knee can come to table or both knees to table. Good, really listening to your shoulders with these. Don't push through any pain, make adjustments. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. If you need a break for your core, set your feet down. The left arm goes straight up for a lat pull. Really watch your range of motion, whatever feels best for you. Knees can be in table, and the right leg can extend, or your left foot stays on the floor. 10 more. 9. Make sure you're breathing. 'I think we have 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Nice. That was our upside down bird dog, sometimes called dead bug. Okay, relax your weight. We've got those single leg bridges on the left foot. You can do both legs bridging or pick your right leg up off the floor and lift up into bridge and lower down. Focus is on that glute, so squeeze the buttock as you lift up. Also feeling it in your hamstring, back of the leg. 10 more. 9. 8. Last 4. Nice job, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Let's stretch that left glute. So cross the left ankle over your right thigh. Bring your knees up. Hold your glute stretch. Now we also really need to stretch out those hamstrings out of that after that bridging work. A lot of work behind the back of the upper leg. So let's lower down, uncross. Take your right leg up. Pull that leg in toward you. Stretch your hamstring. You can use your yoga strap if you want. Point, flex. Point, flex. Activating the muscle pump, just bringing the blood flow back down toward the heart. Your left leg can go long onto the mat if you'd like. 8, flex. 7, flex. 3, 2, and 1. Hug that knee into your chest. Press your lower back down. Take the knee across your body for a little twist. Both shoulder blades stay on the mat. And then come back to the center. We'll set the right foot down to the floor. The left leg comes up to find your hamstring stretch. And we'll flex and point. Flex and point. Nice ankle mobility. Right leg can lower all the way down. That's going to release your hip flexor a little bit. We're activating the shin muscle here when we flex. So feel that muscle working. Let's get 8 more on this ankle pump. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug that knee into your chest. Press your low back down. Lengthen your spine. Then pull the knee across the body for a twist. It's another nice release for the outside of your left hip. All right, let's come up to seated. Take your time. If you need to sit up on a blanket for comfort, you can do that, or a little bit of a pillow. And you can either sit with your feet together with your knees open or just cross-legged. Find a tall position. You can also sit right in a chair with your knees slightly separated. We'll bring the right arm to come across to stretch your shoulder. Look to the right side. Come back to center. Inhale, open the arms out. Bring the left arm across, stretch the shoulder, look to the left. Inhale, open. Exhale the hands behind your body a little bit. You can put your fingers to the floor behind you and lift your chest up, open your heart. Or you can interlace your hands behind your back and extend your arms up behind you. And release that stretch. Side bend over to the right. Open up the waist. Stretching through your lats. Then see if you can bend your elbow to touch the back of your head to stretch your tricep a little bit. Straighten that arm back out. Come on up. Switch sides. Stretch over. Oh, I love those side stretches. It really gets those tight lat muscles. And see if you can bend your elbow to touch the back of your head. That's going to lengthen right here in the tricep.